What is going on, everybody? Drew Hagenbaugh back here with another video. And today we're going to be talking about the Russian-Ukraine war and its effects in the soccer world. Now, I was going to do a video last week on this about, UEFA taking away the Champions League away from St. Petersburg and some other small things that happened. But as last week kind of went by, a lot more has happened, a lot more has changed. And I kind of just wanted to make almost one kind of collective video on everything that's been going on. So here we are. It's Sunday evening and we're going to do this thing. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more amazing content here on Slumpbuster podcast. But let's jump into all this craziness going on with Russia and how all this is affecting the soccer world. With everything going on, Russia is really, ever since the taking over of, the Ukraine and Russia's invasion of Ukraine, a lot of things have happened regarding the soccer side of everything. And what I mean by that is sanctions, bans, and stuff like that has happened all over Russia and for Russian teams. So if you take a look, all Russian teams, including the national teams and all the clubs, have been banned from all competitions: Champions League, Europa League, UEFA Conference Leagues, the World Cup. Like, Russia is now banned from the World Cup this year. And, they were supposed to play Poland towards the end of this month in, the UEFA qualifying playoffs. And that game is now postponed. So far, I haven't really heard of anything that's going on with that. My guess is they're going to use the kind of like the third place or the best third place finisher to replace Russia. In that case, it would be Norway, as Norway has the most points for a third place team. So that would be my guess. But as of right now, the Russian men's national team is banned from this year's World Cup. The Russian women's team is banned from this year's Women's Euros. Teams like Spartak Moscow have been banned from all competitions. Like, Spartak Moscow was a part of the Europa League. They were in the round of 16. They are now banned from the competition. And RB Leipzig gets an automatic bid into the quarterfinals now because obviously they have no one else to play because their opponent got banned. So, but all clubs have been banned from all European competition. All of Russia's national teams, the men's and women's sides, are now completely and utterly banned from World Cup, Euros, until this whole thing just goes away. And even then, there still might be sanctions and bans. With that being said, there's also more stuff going on. You have things going on with teams like Chelsea, with Roman Abramovich, who is the owner of Chelsea. Well, now he's going to be more or less the former owner because obviously Roman Abramovich has been almost forced, I wouldn't say completely forced, but almost forced to sell Chelsea, who he has bought and owned since 2003. So for the last about 19 years. And he's had a good run as, Chelsea's head of the helm. He's won numerous Champions Leagues, so many trophies, FA Cups, League Cups. Just recently won the Club World Cup not too long ago, close to a month ago. So he's done a lot of good with this club. He's bought beyond amazing players, won many, many titles, won the league multiple times. He's had a very successful run as a Chelsea owner, but now he has what he's described incredibly difficult decision to sell Chelsea. But the uncertainty surrounding the club is definitely far from over. The 55-year-old, according to ESPN, initially attempted to separate the Blues from any potential personal sanction from the UK government relating to Russia's invasion of the Ukraine last Saturday, announcing the night before Chelsea lost the Carabao Cup final to Liverpool that he was passing the quote-unquote stewardship and care of the club to Chelsea's charitable foundation. But once that became clear, the ambiguous statement was not enough to insulate the club, and the trustees involved expressed their reluctance to assume such responsibility. Abramovich also released a second statement just over an hour before Tuesday's FA Cup fifth round win at Luton Town, confirming that his 19-year tenure with the club is now over. So he is looking for someone to potentially buy the club from him. From the reports and stuff, it's close to £3 billion. It could be north of that. There's already potential buyers already in line. From what I heard, there's 10 potential buyers in line for Chelsea right now, including some American ownership groups. So a lot can change here within these next couple weeks. I believe there is a set date, which is March 15th. And that was set by one of the American buyers as who are they now the head of, the whole thing. And potential buyers such as Todd Bowley from the LA Dodgers the part owner of the LA Dodgers and being a part of the Rain Group, who are actually running the reported sale. So they're running everything. And they're the ones who set the March 15th date. Oakland A's executive vice president Billy Bean and Redbird Capital Partners have been interested. Michael Rubin, owner of sports merchandise group Fanatics, has been interested, and so many more have just been interested. Even Conor McGregor was interested in this. So it's pretty crazy that a lot of people are interested in buying this club. And some may say, could this be the potential downfall of Chelsea Football Club? For me personally, not really. They have a lot of good, talented players. They have a good front office system, a good chairman. So I don't think it's the end. A new ownership group will come in and just make sure everything basically stays the same. So I don't think a lot of things will change whatsoever. Like I said, this whole thing is just absolutely 100% crazy. Other reports, Russia has lost, obviously, like I said earlier, the UEFA Champions League, as they were going to play in St. Petersburg, the Champions League final, which would be late May, but that has now been moved to the Stade de France in Paris. So that is now changed location as well. And, it's awful too, because, Russia did host a great World Cup in 2018. And, St. Petersburg was going to be a great place to host a final. But then, of course, all the invasion stuff happened. And, now UEFA said, nope, we're going to move it to Paris. You lost your chance. And, this could have been great for St. Petersburg and Russia, because it would have been great financially. It would have been great economic recovery and stuff like that. But after the invasion, everything was just blown. And many Russian players, especially the captain Zayuba, has come step forward and said that, he's obviously against all these invasions. He's against everything that Putin is doing right now. And all of the players are, and both men and women's. Very devastating to see what's been going on. And, the players condemning their president and stuff like that. And, I have a feel for the players, because, all they want to do is just play the game that they love and, play the sport that they've been playing ever since they were children. And they don't even get to do that competitively almost anymore, because they're kicked out of World Cup. They're kicked out of the Euro, kicked out of, all the club competitions. So they're pretty much banned from literally everything until further notice. And who knows how long it would take for them to get back into the World Cup, get back into the Euros, get back into all these competitions, the Champions League, Europa League, Conference, league. Who knows when these guys will be able to play in these competitions again. It could just be for this season. It could be for future seasons. We don't know. And honestly, hopefully when more things kind of arise on this stuff, obviously I'll try and make videos on it and, see what arises and what doesn't arise. Also, too, federations all across the world have come out and said they will not play against Russia in any kind of friendlies. Like the USA Federation came out and said they wouldn't play against Russia in any friendlies. Many European federations, obviously, just everybody in the world has come out and said that they just don't want any part of playing Russia. Everyone's making their stance, and it's all just praying for the Ukraine at this point. Obviously, if you watch soccer, including the Premier League on TV, they have the stand with Ukraine. Players who scored goals, especially too, that are Ukrainian, have lifted up their shirts that says "No War." Guys like Zinchenko and from Man City and others have been hugging other Ukrainian players that they see on the field and, talking and, having their say of peace, crying, together and stuff like that, because it's a very emotional situation and it's a very difficult situation. So hopefully things can eventually just subside and everything will be okay. Ukraine will be okay. We're all praying for Ukraine. Please, if you can, just write down in the comments, we stand with Ukraine, something, just something positive for the country of Ukraine, because, they're going through a very difficult time right now. We just need to hope and pray that everything can turn out to be okay and we can return to normal. But with that being said, guys, please, if you haven't already, drop a like on the video. Check out all of our other stuff here at Slumpbuster. You don't want to miss on any of this great content. Hit that subscribe button with the bell. I will see you in the next video. Peace.